Like, it was just like, what? You know, like he just got over it. He's just like, man, you're right. You know, it costs nothing to just be like, that's how it be sometimes. The Darkspawn Lord throw of the video, yeah. Another thing about it, there was like 5 to 10 enemy types. Did you guys notice that? There was like the little dark spawn and the range dark spawn and the ogres, which were really goofy looking ogres. And then there was like people that just looked like people. There there was not many enemies. I don't even know. Did we ever even fight like a quadruped? Like a wolf or something? I don't even think we did. This review is a bloodbath? Yeah, kind of. Like I think like there were some parts of the game, like again, the combat was fun. The problem was you never had anything new to look forward to. Did you guys notice at the end I had like 5 unspent skill points? I didn't even bother upgrading my gear anymore. I didn't bother spending more points on my skill trees. I didn't bother spending points on my companion skill trees because none of it mattered. And that was before I turned on journalist mode. I turned on we called it journalist mode, is that we turned the difficulty down to easy just to get through it faster. And also my viewership. I gauge the interest in a game by how many viewers I get. My average is between 200 and 300, and people lost interest in this pretty quick. You know, kind of like a speak with your wallet. It's speak with your time. Yeah, they were like, "Tell me when you're done, Muck. We'll tune in next week." People were not really into this, and I wasn't either. Yeah, it was. Let's see, there was like a few Darkspawn types, there were some Venatori things, 3 or 4 Kunari. Yeah. That's what reviewers said. They like combat to a certain point in a 50-ish hour game, 10 hours in. Yeah. Never explained. There are only theories that went back to Gillenane because the essence is a part of her. It's crazy listening to this after the God of War review this morning, such wildly different games. Yeah, I just really quick for people who can't make it to the morning streams or you're doing other things. During our morning stream, we're currently in the middle of God of War Ragnarok. The writing in that game, it is like night and day compared to this. Chat, I haven't cried in a few decades. There was some moments I felt my tear ducts twitching. I didn't know they were still up there. And there was moments where like I made a connection in my head and I was like, oh, and I was screaming at my screen, like realizing like, oh my God, this guy was this other dude in disguise this whole time. Or like, oh my gosh, that interaction with that snake was actually Jormungandr, the world serpent. Just like mind-blowing connections, insane writing. And this is not. This is not. I thought of something else. Occasionally brought in old characters. Morrigan, the Inquisitor, Dorian, and they provided nothing. They appeared to be just like, haha, look at us. Nostalgia, am I right? And then they would leave. That's how it felt to me. They didn't seem to really provide or advance the story in any way. It didn't seem like they were doing anything. You forgot Isabella? Oh, yeah. You're right. Yeah, again, she didn't appear to be doing anything. Also, Isabella, like Morrigan, they completely just like lobotomied her personality. Um, Let's see. I have my own issues with Ragnarok story, but it is in another league than this. Yeah. Possibly reduced because. Oh yeah, that was another thing. Okay. This is not one I noticed because I usually play a male character, and male characters, unless you're playing a game where they've got the really oversized pecs, they usually look the same, right? Apparently the female characters in this game, there's sliders for like bust size and butt size. And if you crank those all the way to maximum, it's like nothing. It's like nothing. And I saw there was this one streamer, and there was this clip that went viral on Twitter. And she was like, look, I'm almost as flat as a board. And she stood up. She said that. Not, by the way, I'm quoting here. She stood up. She stood up. She turned sideways to show herself and then had her character sideways on the maximum setting. and the character was smaller. And she's like, this is insane. She's like, and then she compared like butt curvature with the character. She's like, chat, I haven't done a sit-up in 5 years. This is bullcrap. Why does she said something like, why does inclusivity mean not including the half of women with big boobs or butts? And I didn't even notice the thing about the sliders in this game being really weak, but apparently that's a thing. Apparently, like, you've got all these unique things you can do in the character creator, but you know, boob and butt size, no, that's evil. Get that out of here. That's evil. Get that out. It isn't very inclusive. It doesn't give it options or anything. Yeah, I don't know. And by the way, just a random funny story for you guys. So you know how in anime-looking games, you can often make those sliders go to ridiculous proportions? There was one time I was playing Black Desert Online. I was playing BDO. And in BDO, the classes are gender-locked. So, like, if you want to play a Valkyrie, there is no male version of a Valkyrie, okay? I wanted to play a witch. I saw her spells. I thought it looked really freaking cool. I made a witch. And I made the character, and I made this cute goth-looking chick, and I'm looking at her from the front, okay? I'm looking at her like this. And I do the whole character creation, and I never think to turn the character. And I'm like, cool, yeah, this is a cutie. And I hit accept, I go into the game chat, I turn sideways, and it's like, whoop, 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 whoop. Like, I turn sideways, and then the rest of me turned sideways. And I was like, I had basketballs, you guys. I was like, what in the hell is this? I was like, I'm like looking around like no one I know is sneaking up behind me, right? Because this looks so bad. It looks so bad. Oh my god, dude! I had blinkers, chat. It wasn't, dude. I'm telling the story. I'm telling the story. Yeah, it was ridiculous. Anyway, can't do that in this game if you wish to. Can't do that in this one. But all right, yeah. The game itself. All right, look. There are games in the past I have started, I wasn't having fun, and I stopped playing it. I don't force myself to play a game I'm absolutely hating. Alien Isolation. I was bored. I stopped it in the middle, okay? However, this game, if it wasn't a Dragon Age game, I probably would have stopped halfway through it. That's my review. I have the privilege of playing video games for a living. Finishing this felt like work. I haven't felt that in a long time. I pushed myself to finish it because of the fact that it's Dragon Age, and I wanted to see what they were going to do with it. And it was tough. But it's done now. And I feel kind of bad because they gave me a copy of the game for free, and I'm not being very appreciative right now, but I'm sorry if anyone who made this game sees this. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be as kind as I can here, but it's okay. They're probably not going to notice me. It'll get drowned out by everybody else. It's sad that DA peaked at Origins. Hey, listen, I will agree with you that I think Dragon Age Origins was peak. However, I did enjoy DA2 and Inquisition. I have done, I think, 3 full playthroughs of DA2 on the highest difficulty. I love it that much. DA Origins and DA Inquisition, I think I've fully cleared like 100% 2 times. And, Inquisition, of course, you can make different choices. Like, if you help the Templars in one playthrough and the Mages in another, it's very different, and that's awesome. Do I like Origins more than Inquisition? Yes. Did I still love Inquisition enough to 100% it? Also, yes. Both can be true. So I agree with you that Origins was probably my favorite, but I still greatly enjoyed 2 and Inquisition. This one, I couldn't finish the side stuff. I just couldn't make myself do it anymore. For those who weren't watching me from the beginning, I was doing the side content up until maybe like the 10-hour mark, and then I just started tunneling the main quest line. DA2 didn't hold me story-wise, but gameplay was solid, albeit streamlined. DA2 faltered hard at the ending. DA2, the ending felt kind of necessary. It set the groundwork for Inquisition. You know, that one, it was Anders, that one psycho's plans made everything worse for the mages. He thought he was helping, but my God, he wasn't. Dude, some moments that really stuck with me. First of all, enchantment, friggin' awesome. Him, acting up. There was the Hawk's mom. When the psychopath that kidnapped Hawk's mom and how you find her. Ooh, I remember that scene real clearly. Oh my God, that was dark. That was dark storytelling. Isabella, when, because in the first game, in Origins, Isabella was, she was like the duelist trainer, and that was it. She was in a bar, you don't talk to her much. In DA2, she was a character, and she really had a fully fleshed out personality, and she was super hot, so everybody liked her. But then in Inquisition, you barely see her, and then Veilguard, they completely rewrote Isabella again. So Isabella was great in that game. DA2 is where you meet Varric, and Varric's awesome. He was awesome to have in the party, stuff like that. And there was that one. Oh, what was that one guy that was he was a slave, and he had lyrium ink tattoos on him, and they used it to control him. But when he broke free, he could channel Fenris. Yeah, he could channel the lyrium tattoos, and he could do sort of magic, even though he wasn't a mage, and he basically kind of became like a mage killer. He had a cool story. I liked his thing. Like, was the game rough? Yeah, and I think they cranked it. Didn't they crank that one out in like less than a year? So it was really rough around the edges, but I really enjoyed DA2. I played it all the way through multiple times. It was also, as someone who loves healing magic and support roles in games, DA2 was the last Dragon Age where they had healing magic. So you could be a healing blood mage, or a holy type mage, stuff like that. But in Inquisition, that's when they did away with healing magic. They thought it did too much sustain, and they added just like barrier magic, like shields. And then in this game, there's a school of magic called Sustain, and it has Firewall. I guess they mean sustained spicy, because it doesn't offer any sustain to the party. I still don't understand that. I have no freaking clue. Yeah, okay. Damage over time. Yeah, I guess sustained damage over time. I don't know. It makes very little sense. But anyway, I'm sad to see this happen. I recently played Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred, and that to me, I had similar feelings. Like I have played Diablo since 1996, and Vessel of Hatred may have killed my interest in the franchise. This one, I'm sure the really rough sales are going to be a huge blow to them. I would love to think the EA in the future, if they make another Dragon Age, will be like, okay, we need some better writers in here, and they will make the next game much better written. My fear is they will go, because you have the stupid people in suits at the top, right? My fear is that they will be like, oh, people didn't like Dragon Age, don't make any more of that. And that this will be the last one we ever get. So I hope that does not happen, but I certainly do not know. All right. So at this point, I've ranted for a long time. That's my thoughts on Veilguard. And if you were with me along for this journey all the way through, I thank you for it. You are amazing, and hope you enjoyed some parts of it in my reactions to it.